everyone, welcome to my channel on this super windy day. Today I have a camera drone, the SJRC F7 PRO. This is a low-cost entry-level camera drone, and let me take it out of the case that you get when you buy it and show you what it looks like. When you pull the drone out of the case, this is what you get, the drone. Let me bring it close and show it to you. So it's a very odd shaped looking drone for what we're used to in the entry-level budget camera drone arena. So these arms actually fold in, and on the top here you have this propeller holder. You have the camera that hangs at the bottom, and it is a 3-axis camera gimbal, which is pretty cool. It does shoot video at 4K and it does take photos at 4K. These little legs look like they pop off. Your battery in the back will give you about 25 minutes of flight time. And of course, with the camera, you can put a micro SD. As for sensors on the bottom, it's hard to tell. I'm not really sure what's there. You know, some websites say optical flow, but there's no optical flow. Other ones might say ultrasonic. Kind of looks like ultrasonic, but I'm sure if I shine a light in there, you might find nothing. I don't know. When it comes to entry-level drones, what the heck sometimes the way they build them. And up front here, that's a nothingness thing. It's a full-featured drone. In other words, it has follow me, orbit, you know, like circle you. It has waypoints. It has gesture mode. It has all the popular things you would love. It's got brushless motors. It doesn't have foldable props because of the way it's designed. It does have a trick up its sleeve, and I think I know why it has this trick. So let me explain this quickly. This camera can shoot video at 4K. However, it shoots it at 4K 15 frames per second. Now, a lot of you out there are probably going 15 frames per second. Wow, what about 30 frames per second? That's the normal rate that most cameras shoot at, or 24 frames per second, but this one only shoots at 15. So what does that mean? That means that if you're filming something and you're filming from up above, everything looks 100% perfect. Everything looks great. But if you start spinning the drone fast from side to side, your video is going to look choppy because with 15 frames a second, it's missing some frames as you're spinning it. If you film like a dog running, really, if you're close to the dog and you're filming it running, moving from side to side, the dog might look a little bit choppy. But if people are just walking or you're following people from high up, it might look okay. We're going to see that in this video. But as I mentioned, there's a trick up the sleeve of this drone that has me scratching my head. Because first off, I said, why is this thing shooting at 15 frames per second? Then someone told me on a forum that it's because of the chip shortage, which probably makes a lot of sense because right now a lot of people are having difficulty getting chips for anything ever since that huge factory fire. So this gimbal and camera comes off. I am serious. I've never seen that on an entry-level drone. It's replaceable. So say they came out with a new camera that was like, I don't know, 4K 60 frames per second. You'd pull this one off and you put the new one on because everything you need for the video or the photos is all contained in this unit. So there's a little switch under here and it comes off, and I'll show you a video right now of me pulling it off, just pushing the switch. Pull the camera right off, and yeah, you've got the camera detached, which is very, very different. I haven't seen that before. All right, so enough talking. How about I take it for a flight? Now, I want you to look behind me. Can you see it? The tree is moving. It's a kind of a windy day, and I try not to fly a lot of these budget drones on windy days because they're really not made for windy days, but well, I'm out here today, so I'm gonna fly it today. A lot of people always ask me how windy it is, and I have no idea because, you know, the wind blows in gusts or whatever. So for about $30 Canadian, I picked up this unit here, has my little Captain Drone thing on it, and it can tell the temperature outside and how fast the wind is blowing, so I can tell you how this drone is doing in the wind. So let me measure the wind. All right, I've checked out the wind speed, and I don't know if you can see it on here. It is 16.6 kilometers per hour blowing, and the temperature outside right now is 28.4 degrees Celsius. And if I put all this in miles per hour, imperial, that would be wind blowing at 10 miles per hour, 10.3 miles per hour, and the temperature is 83.8 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go fly this baby. One thing I should mention is the best part of this entire package, this drone, is the controller. They give you a full feature controller with a really nice display on it. Okay, so the rear arms fold out like this, like a normal drone. Let me just pull this. They fold out this way. The front arms do this little rounded thing. So first thing we do is power this on. See all the lights go on the rear. Got a little sound happening, and the gimbal will adjust itself. Put that down. Next, turn on the controller. I'll put it down here so you can see it. Maybe you can't see it. I can see with my eyes. But anyways, in the instructions it says it takes like 40 seconds maximum for this to connect to the drone. So what it's doing is it's checking every conceivable different frequency to find the one that matches the drone you bought, which is this one. Whatever frequency the factory set it to, they have to match. And I think that big beep just said it found it. There we go. Yep, it says GPS mode, so they have spoken to each other. So pretty much we're all set to go. You could probably fly now if you wanted to. However, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to start up the app, do the compass calibration and everything else. I'll show you that right now. So on my phone, if you check it, it is connected to the drone. You must always connect the Wi-Fi on your phone to the drone first. So right now mine says SJRC PRO 359BEABRG. So it's connected. That means my phone is talking to the drone, the controller, everything. And that's pretty good. Next, we just open the app and we're almost all set to go. The app on my phone is called the SJRC PRO. I'm gonna open that and we'll see, it's gonna turn this sideways and it's gonna connect itself and do all the good stuff. And pretty soon I'll see what the camera up front is shooting forward, and I'll see it on my phone. So while it's doing that, what I'm going to do, I have to hit the controls button. I haven't hit it yet. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to do the compass and gyro calibration. You can do it in the app or you can do it manually on your controller. I'm going to show you on the controller because it's easier to explain that way. So you take your two joysticks and you push the top one up and in, and well, you take both joysticks and you push them up and in. So here we go. Up like that. So they're both in. This thing makes a beep and it wants you to do a compass calibration. So compass calibrations are all the same on all these low-cost drones. You just spin it 3 times, once, twice, 3 times. I don't know, maybe I'm saying 3 times before I'm at 3 times. Then you take the nose and you put the nose down and you spin it 3 times. I'm getting all these beeps happening here. I think that's because it's saying it's done, but I'm just doing it 3 times anyways because I have no idea. Spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, and then just plop it on the ground. Then the next thing you do, so last thing we did is we took these joysticks and pushed them up and in. Now we're going to push them up and out. So up and out, and that's a gyro calibration. That just says, hey, my drone is kind of level and we're all set to fly. So it should start looking for satellites. Now I'm just taking my phone because my phone is saying, hey, you're not connected to Wi-Fi, which is true. It thinks like you're connected to the drone, but it's trying to find internet, like an internet connection to do like downloading updates for apps and everything. But of course, it's not going to work because a drone is not the internet. So I just say, keep trying Wi-Fi. So on an iPhone, that's what you do. I'm going to hit the, before I hit the controls button, I have to pick the drone. Well, it's already figured it out. It knows it's an F7. So there we go. I hit the controls. And on my phone, you should see what the camera is seeing. And hopefully I'm going to look on here. I'll see if I have satellites now that I've done the compass calibrations. Yes, I see 15 satellites in the upper right-hand corner. So while you're looking at my phone display, if my phone is recording everything, I'm going to show you the settings on here. There's quite a few. So I'll go up to the 3 dots at the top right. So we have your different modes, beginner, flight distance, blah, blah, blah. You can see it all on the screen. You set them all ahead of time, track. There's my information for tracking, all this other good stuff. Let me go over. I can barely see what I'm looking at here on my phone. Got all these other tunings you can do. And I think there's one more. Is there one more? Yeah, there we go. You can format your card, I think, on here and a few other things. I can't really see what's on my phone because I'm looking at it at an angle with sunglasses on. But hopefully I didn't mess anything up here. All right, let's go back and let's fly this. To start this, pull these down and in. There we are. And let's take it up and see how it flies. Well, it's not a quiet drone, that's for sure. All right, so I'm standing here. How is the video? I'll just have it fly past me. There we go. Alrighto, so let's see how it flies. So if my screen record is working, I have all the options. There's a little joystick at the bottom left. I'm gonna hit that and you can see all the options I have. So I'm gonna go GPS follow and see what it does. Here we go. It's gonna go backwards and it's gotta follow my phone. So there we go. I think it's ready. Let me walk along this white line and see what it does. Well, I can see in my phone screen that it's following me. So this is good. And if I change directions, what does it do? Yeah, it's still following me. It's still got me. That's good. All right, so the follow is very basic. It just follows your phone, which is good. Next, go back into the settings. I'll turn off that one. Exit, and let's bring it over here. Let's try the orbit. So it's got point of interest, hit that one. Please set the surrounding parameters, which is the radius, 5 meters, that's good. So it's just gonna do a circle 5 meters where it is, slide to start, and there we go. Should go out probably 5 meters, turn around, yep. And look back this way, and then it will just start doing an orbit. There we go. So, seems like it works pretty good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. How does 15 frames a second look when it's doing an orbit? There we go. Try the next one on here, which would be, it's got a zoom control. The zoom I think only works on the phone, so let me try that. Zoom, you can see it on the screen. It says 1 times to 5 times. Let's try it. Zoom into me. There we are. Here, I'll bring my head down. There we are. Oh, there we are. 5 times. There's my shirt. Could you even read that? That is zoomed. Here, let's bring it back. There we go. There's your zoom control. It also has VR mode, as if you get the VR goggles. Don't want to use that. So we're going to go to, where's the waypoints on here? GPS follow, image, interest, route rules. Okay, let's try the route rules. So you see a circle, that's my boundaries. So I can do waypoints within those boundaries. So I'll just do them around me over here. I'll just tap the screen, tap 1, 2, and 3. 3 waypoints. There we are. You see the 3 waypoints on the screen. I'll hit the go button. It should say slide to go. And wherever I made those waypoints, it's gonna go do 1, 2, 3. There we are. It's flying out. This is probably not a good thing. It is, as I get to 1 yet, it's going over to the trees. Hopefully it's still recording. All right, I should have made it higher. It's scaring all the birds. Oh, I can move it up and down while it's still going. There we go. So it's at 1 and then it will turn and go to 2. There we are, it's gonna go to waypoint number 2. Oh, it's going to waypoint number 3 now. Let's see if it returns. No, it doesn't come back. It just shows home is back here. All right, it's coming back to me. All right, I'll bring it down. So this button here is a speed control. So whatever speed it is out of the box, it's this fast. So to me, that's fast. So I think it comes out of the box at high speed. Let me just bring it back so I don't crash it here. All right, so let me hit the speed control and see what it goes to. It's this button here. Just press it once. Oh, there's 2 beeps. So 2 beeps is fastest. So that's full speed. So that's sport mode. That's 2 beeps. And let's bring it back. That's sport mode and stop. And then 1 beep. That's 3 beeps. Oh, is there faster? I just got 3 beeps. Let's try that. Is that super sport mode? I don't know. Normally the way the beeps work is the more beeps you get, the faster it goes. That is pretty fast. That is pretty fast. All right, let's hit it again. It should go back to normal. Yeah, now it's back to the first beep. So first beep. There we go. Okay, we're back to normal speed. I would say the speeds are pretty fast, even for normal. Okay, I'm gonna hit stop on here and do a photo. So you see what a photo looks like. It's taking a photo now. Okay, while the drone is sitting here, I can tell you the wind is blowing and it's not bad. It's very good in the wind. All right, let me take it up higher and take some video and photos around here. Here we go, going up. Okay, so it's up there doing the return to home and coming down. We'll see where it lands. It's got to pass these trees. Where is it going to land? Well, it's not far from the landing pad. Landing pad's there. It's right there. It's not bad. I'll go over to it. And it's going to land in the grass. And it should shut itself off. Now that it knows it's down, turn yourself off. And oh, it's a slow turn off. There we go. We are landed. And now it's time for a quick range test. So the F7 Pro claims to have a 3,000 meter range. Here is my phone screen, and you can see in the bottom right I have written exactly what meters equals in miles. So 1,000 meters will give you 0.62 miles. So looking at my phone screen, I flew the drone as far as I could possibly see it with the naked eye, and at 1,000 meters it's just a speck, so I had to give up. I wanted to see if it could at least reach 1,000 meters, which is 1 kilometer, and it could. And you saw there was no glitches in the video or anything, so I'm guessing this drone can easily do a mile. All right, next thing to show you is what comes in the box. Check it out. Here we have the box for the F7 Pro, and if you open the box, you'll get this beautiful shoulder bag, and inside the shoulder bag would be our lovely drone. And I will admit, the drone is very different looking. I've never seen a drone that looks like this with foldable arms, the way they fold up, and the landing legs. It's quite different. The camera is pretty nice as well. Unfortunately, it only shoots at 15 frames per second in 4K. The included battery is a 3-cell LiPo at 2600 milliamp hours. The included controller is rechargeable, so no batteries are necessary. It has a nice display. All the buttons are well labeled, very simple to use for a beginner. Also included is a full set of spare props, as well as a USB-C cable to charge up your battery, as well as your controller. The manual is simple to follow and will get you flying in no time. Total takeoff weight of the drone is 548 grams. All right, final thoughts on the F7 Pro. My final thoughts are the following. First, let me tell you the not so great points. So the battery on here, it's rated at 25 minutes. I don't believe I had 25 minutes flight time out here. So maybe you have to charge it a few times to get that. I've only charged it once. This is the first flight. First time I've used it. Second, somewhat bad point. You can decide. You saw what the video looks like at 15 frames per second. A lot of times in drones, we like 24 frames per second, or we like 30 frames per second, or 60 frames per second. It does shoot at 4K. That's about the only two negatives I could say about this drone. Everything else, it flies well in the wind. It works really well. I do like the controller. So I think if this drone is priced right, people will like it because it's different. It looks pretty cool. It flies well, but you definitely need more than one battery, that's for sure. Anyways, all I can say is I'm going to put links below to where you can find it. I don't know what the price is. I do know that there is a discount code for it, so it might be pretty cheap. I don't know. Go check it out. Links are below this video. Check it out and see if this is the baby for you. So if you have questions on this drone, just post them below and I will get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, well then please give it a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that. And I have so many drones to review that I will catch you in a future video with many more drones. Till then, take care. Bye.